girivaradhare Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yashodanandana Brajajanaranjana Yamunatiravanachare Yamunatiravanachare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Janavalava Girivaradhare Gopi Janavalava Girivaradhare Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatiravanachare Yamunatiravanachare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihare Gopi Janavalava Girivaradhare Gopi Janavalava Girivaradhare Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yamunatiravanachare Yamunatiravanachare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacacharya Shtottara Shata Shishimat Aisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīla Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajacacharya Shtottara Shata Shishimat Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Grandharaja Srimad Bhagavatam Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutareshimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutareshimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 20, and texts 32 to 34. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashta Prayesha Bhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhagavati Naishtiki. Verse 34 is on the board, that's why I will start on my own from the text 32. Aho rūpam, aho dhairyam, aho asyā navam vayaḥ, madhye kāmayamānānām, akāmeva visarpati. Translation. The demons praised her. Oh, what a beauty! What rare self-control! What a budding youth in the midst of all us who are passionately longing for her. She is moving about like one absolutely free from passion. So we are reading chapter 20. This chapter is about the secondary creation of Lord Brahma, and this topic was discussed previously. It's the beginning of this canto, but this again the repetition of this subject, a little bit in a different way. Maitreya narrates this to Vidura, how Lord Brahma was created different living entities. And just before I continue, I just want to give some brief overview of what is going on here. Lord Brahma, how he created living entities? Actually, we know that the creator is the Supreme Lord himself. And Lord Brahma can also only reveal living entities. So Lord Krishna revealed through Lord Brahma different types of living entities. And how it works? The method is as follows. It consists of the three stages. First stage, by the will of the Supreme Lord, Lord Brahma got some mood, some desire. And this mood took the form of something material. For example, here his mood took form of some mood of enjoyment. For example, like two sons of Brahma attacked him. So he prayed to Lord Krishna what to do, and Lord Krishna told him, just abandon this body, means abandon this mood. So at first some mood appeared in Lord Brahma. The second step, that mood took form of some particular form. For example, here this mood took form of a twilight. And this is the second stage. And third stage, some living entities who had the same desire appeared through the Lord Brahma and took shelter of that mood, of that form. So we see that here some demons, asuras, they appeared by the will of Supreme Lord and took the shelter of that form which took the form of twilight, or in Bengali it's godhuli, like evening time, sandhyā. And what happened then, next? Then that those asuras, they started the interaction with that godhuli. So out of their madness, they thought that this twilight is just like a beautiful woman. So in these verses, demons address that beautiful woman. Text 33. Vitarkayanto bahudhā tam sandhyāṁ pramadākṛtim abhisambhāvya viśrambhāt paryapṛcchan kumedhasaḥ. Indulging in various speculations about the evening twilight, which appear to them endowed with the form of a young woman, the wicked-minded asuras treated her with respect and fondly spoke to her as follows. So now we can repeat together. Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini rūpadravina panyena durbhagano vibādhase. Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini rūpadravina panyena durbhagano vibādhase. Please repeat. Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini rūpadravina panyena Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini rūpadravina panyena durbhagano vibādhase. Ladies, please. Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini rūpadravina panyena Kasi kasya sirambhoro kovarthastetra bhamini rūpadravina panyena durbhagano vibādhase. Ka, who, asi, are you, kasya, belonging to whom, asi, are you, rambhoro, O pretty one, kaha, what, va, or, arthaha, object, te, your, atra, here, bhamini, O passionate lady, rūpa, beauty, dravina, priceless, panyena, with the commodity. Durbhagan, unfortunate. Naha, us. Vibadhase, you tantalize. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Who are you, O pretty girl? Whose wife or daughter are you? And what can be the object of your appearing before us? Why do you tantalize us, unfortunate as we are, with the priceless commodity of your beauty? Report. The mentality of the demons is being enamored by the false beauty of this material world is expressed herein. The demoniac can pay any price for the skin beauty of this material world. They work very hard, all day and night, but the purpose of their hard work is to enjoy sex life. Sometimes they misrepresent themselves as karma yogis, not knowing the meaning of the word yoga. Yoga means to link up with the Supreme Personality of Godhead or to act in Krishna consciousness. A person who works very hard, no matter in what occupation, and who offers the result of the work to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is called a karma yogi. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rūpah Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutah Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rūpam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Jina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Vachitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Kathanchana smrita yasmin dushkaram sukaram bhavet vismrita viparita vyat Shri Chaitanyam namami tam. Hare Krishna. So in these verses, the madness of those asuras is shown. They thought that the evening twilight is a beautiful woman, and they addressed her very nicely with due respect, and they said, "Oh, you're so beautiful." They started to thinking about her. Who is she? Is she a prostitute or a brahmacharini? Who is her father, or whose daughter is she? It means they revealed they are going to marry her, because when you ask, when you are interested in who is somebody's father or is she married or not, it means you want to marry her. So they wanted to marry that imagined woman. And also after that they said, we are unfortunate. Why we are unfortunate? Because they said, and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur revealed this in his commentary, that she has a beauty, and this beauty is meant to be sold, but we don't have enough wealth to buy your beauty. That's why we are unfortunate. And these verses reveal the madness of asuras. Practically nowadays most of the people are like that, like asuras, because their goal is to gratify their senses. We live in Kali Yuga, and the condition of Kali Yuga is described very nicely at the very beginning of the second canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, what is the business of the people of this world? Nidraya hriyate naktam yavayena chava vayaḥ jiva charthehaya rajan kutumba bharane nava. Srila Prabhupada translates it very interestingly that the business, the occupation of those envious householders is to work very hard during the daytime, and during the night they enjoy sex life, and they are fond of maintaining the members of their family. That's how their life passed, and they don't achieve anything in this material world. Very, very unfortunate condition of the living souls here. So these demons were very mad. They don't know the goal of life. And I immediately remembered one verse. Kāmukāh kāmini mājam pašyanti nikilam jagat. It means that the lusty person sees everywhere young women, because he is full of lust. In the same way, these demons were full of lust. And these demons are just living entities who did not finish their business going back to Godhead in their previous lives. They had to be born again, and it's just mission of the Supreme Lord to give them a chance to be born again and to fulfill their desires, and gradually to go back to Godhead if they are fortunate. But this is very difficult. It's very difficult to change the mind of those people who are fond of lust, who are fond of women. And I remember this verse, and I was trying to search in which context this verse was quoted, and I found that Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he quoted this verse in his purport to Sri Chaitanya Bhagavatam. This is Adi Lila, chapter 14. This chapter describes the activities of Nimai Pandit when he was going here and there every day with his disciples. He was teaching them logic, and also this 14th chapter of the Adi Lila of Chaitanya Bhagavata describes the unfortunate condition of Navadvipa during that time. People were very atheistic, and there were Mayavadis and personalists and smartas. And smartas, their business was just to accumulate piety. They were not interested in going back to Godhead. They were interested in only accumulating piety to be born again in nice family or to go to Swarga. So I want to read this verse. Dhire dhire Krishna bolile ki punya nahi, nachile gaile dhak charile ki hoya. So this, what happened? Devotees were also in very difficult situation. They gathered in the house of Srivas Thakur. Srivas Thakur himself, he was born in Bangladesh, East Bengal, and nowadays, situation in Bangladesh maybe is not very conducive for devotees, because they are being harassed by demonic people. And it seems in those times the situation also was not very good, because Srivas Thakur with his brothers decided, I will go to Navadvip, because Navadvip is glorious place. Even before the appearance of Mahaprabhu, Navadvip was glorious place. Many munis and rishis were residing there. And Srivas Thakur decided, let me go to Navadvip. I will be peacefully staying on the bank of Ganga and do bhajan and serve Krishna there. And so he came to Navadvip, but unfortunately Navadvip was also full of materialistic people, and they harassed devotees. And Srivas Thakur and his brothers, they started performing kirtans in the house of Srivas Thakur. At the time it was during daytime, and the neighbors of Srivas Thakur, they thought, oh, it's very inauspicious to call loudly the name of the Lord. We will be punished. Lord Bhagavan will punish us. Now also some people think like that in the modern world. And what did they think, that those people? Is there no piety in softly chanting Krishna's names? Must one chant, dance and shout loudly? So their point is, it's inauspicious to chant loudly the holy names of the Lord. We can create disturbance to the others, and also we cannot sleep properly because you are chanting so loudly. Let us sleep peacefully. Why you cannot just chant softly japa in a secluded place? They did not understand the goal of the devotees. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur in his purport, he states that the business of devotees is to glorify the Supreme Lord. And the goal of the devotees is to go back home, back to Godhead, to serve Krishna. But the goal of those materialistic people is just accumulate the piety. And according to this verse, kāmayamānānām kamini mayam pashyanti nikilam jagat, or in other words, it can be compared to the verse atmana manyate jagat. According to my conceptions in my mind, I see the whole outside world. So those people, they couldn't understand devotees. They think, why cannot just you chant peacefully and do your bhajan peacefully, don't disturb others, because we will be punished by the king. The Muslim king will punish us. Our devotees were fearless. So that was the condition of the world during that time. And Srila Prabhupada states very interestingly in his purport that the whole world is affected by skin disease. Skin disease, this is a picture of this world. We are attracted to the skin. The most beautiful part of the body of a woman is her skin, because if you can imagine the body of a woman without skin, it's not so attractive. All the other things in this world are also not attractive if you remove the skin. And, for example, I studied renewable energy in the university. It looks very nice. Energy for free, it's eco-friendly, it's reproducible, but it's not at all eco-friendly because you have to produce these solar panels, and it's very contaminated to produce solar panels. It's very contaminated. In the same way, the whole world produces a lot of garbage in the form of plastic. It looks nice, some Pepsi Cola, some potato chips, but only at first. You can create nice buildings to cover. For example, in the West, we don't throw garbage here and there, and garbage is being collected, and they move it away, they drive it away, but there are some places, big garbage hills, so it's very contaminating. So this is the nature of this world. This is skin disease. So it's very difficult, almost impossible to convert those people. And the Krishna himself speaks in Bhagavad Gita, prakriter guna samudhah sajjante guna karmasu tana krishna vido mandan krishna vinna vichalayet. So those people are not interested in Krishna consciousness. Don't bother them. Don't bother them. They will not change, because it's very, very difficult. But Srila Prabhupada in his purport, he states very interestingly, he says, where is this verse? 1 second, please. Men who are ignorant cannot appreciate activities in Krishna consciousness, and therefore Lord Krishna advises us not to disturb them and simply waste valuable time. Don't disturb them. This is the advice of Lord Krishna. But the devotees of the Lord are more kind than the Lord because they understand the purpose of the Lord. Consequently, they undertake all kinds of risks, even to the point of approaching ignorant men to try to engage them in the acts of Krishna consciousness, which are absolutely necessary for the human being. Srila Prabhupada said, I just read today, that the real mood of Krishna consciousness movement, the real mood of Lord Chaitanya is to uplift the conditioned soul in this world. His mood is not doing secluded bhajan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came specifically for this purpose. Otherwise, why should he have come? Only to uplift the fallen souls. So, even though Krishna says, don't disturb them, don't associate with them, but Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is himself Lord Krishna. They always come together. Krishna comes once in a Brahma's day, and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes immediately after Krishna. only 4,000 years. How much is that? According to the lifetime of Lord Brahma, it's nothing. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes immediately after Lord Krishna with the purpose of uplifting fallen souls. And yesterday we were reading Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, the Sanatana Shiksha, instructions of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Srila Sanatana Goswami. And I found very surprising, very interesting, the very first verse of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, chapter 20. At the beginning of the most of the chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita, or of the many chapters of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami gives a verse. He composes himself a verse in the glorification of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Sanskrit. So I fond of memorizing these wonderful verses by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and in the 12th chapter he says, Vande Nanta Dhubhuta Shvaryam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhum Nichapi Yat Prasadat Syat Bhakti Shastra Pravartakaha. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who has unlimited, wonderful opulences. By his mercy, even a person born as the lowest of men can spread the signs of devotional service. So even people who were born in low families are able to broadcast the glories of the Supreme Lord all around the world. And we see it on the example of Srila Prabhupada's disciples. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Bhagavata also states, Shachadesha Shachakulya Panasama Janmaya Vaishnavi Sabari Karitran. Even though previously devotees used to be born in the family of devotees, it's according to Bhagavad Gita, right? But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he breaks this rule, and in this era, in every family devotees are born and will be born. I want to share you, I just came back from Russia. In Russia there is one devotee, Krishna Mangala Prabhu. He is a senior devotee, and from the very beginning he became attracted by the example of Jayananda Prabhu, or Jayananda Thakur as we know him in ISKCON, the first saint of ISKCON, and he started collecting information about him. He published a book, actually 2 books about Jayananda Prabhu, and then he continued. He started to collect information about the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and he published now 2 volumes of his book, The Saints of ISKCON. In English one, we have a book by Sripad Giriraj Maharaj, Many Moons. In this book, Giriraj Maharaj glorifies the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, most famous of them who passed away. And Krishna Mangal Prabhu, he published his book, and also he gives classes, unfortunately only in Russian. I hope these books will be translated, because he collected very valuable information. He contacted Srila Prabhupada's disciples, and actually he got some mercy by Krishna, so he was able to collect so wonderful information of many Srila Prabhupada's disciples. And I was personally present when he was speaking about Kaulini Devi. She is not well known in ISKCON, but still she was serving for many years in Gita Nagari community in the USA. This community is very special for ISKCON, because it was there where Srila Prabhupada wanted to instruct his followers how to re-establish Varnashrama. Srila Prabhupada's last journey to the west, he planned in the autumn, October, I think, October of 1977. He was very sick, but still, he didn't give up his preaching. He went to London, but he planned to go after that to the USA. And specifically, he wanted to visit this Gita Nagari farm. During that time, there were not so many farms. And nowadays also, there are not so many, but during that time, even less. And Srila Prabhupada wanted to go to Gita Nagari farm, having in mind a particular purpose. I will sit there in the field, and I will show you how to re-establish Daivi Varnashrama. That was the purpose of Srila Prabhupada. Unfortunately, he was so sick, so he was unable to go there. But Kaulini Devi, she was serving in that Gitanagari farm. Also that farm is glorious in ISKCON because His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami, he left his body there. And most of the devotees want to leave their bodies in Vrindavan or in Mayapur, the holy Dhamma. But Bhakti Tirtha Swami purposefully decided to leave his body in Gita Nagari because he wanted to show that the temples established by a pure devotee are not different from the Dham. So he left his body. In Kaulini Devi, he was serving there for many years. He was taking care of the devotees, of the cows, of Gita Nagari farm. And her glorious passing away is described in that book by Krishna Mangala Prabhu. So, how she was born, it's very, very interesting. She was born in a family of an alcoholic woman. She was alcoholic. And when she was born, so her mother did not want her to be born. She wanted to get rid of her. So he brought the baby, being an alcoholic. Every day he used to come to the local pub in the USA. So one day she brought her baby and put on a table and said, "Anybody who wants to take this child, please take her. I don't need her." So a friend of the mother, she took the baby, she raised her, and she tried to carrying her. And due course of time, the baby became grown up, and she got some mercy of Srila Prabhupada. She met with Srila Prabhupada's disciples. Actually, first she met with Srila Prabhupada's books by her friend. He gave her one of Srila Prabhupada's books, and she started reading. As far as I remember, it was Bhagavad Gita, and she became attracted. And now she is recognized as very advanced devotee, and actually by those who knew her, she is recognized as a saint, being born in a low family. So that's what happened. That's what happens today. So Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami states that by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even those people can uplift the others, and this is the business of Hare Krishna movement. So our business is to preach glories of the Supreme Lord. And also similar verse is stated by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur when he says that a lusty person sees everywhere young women, and businessman, he sees everywhere possibility to earn money. So in this regard, there is how should we see the the world around us? There are different approaches. Of course, we know from Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Charita Bhakti Velochanena. And it is stated that pure devotee, actually, he sees Krishna everywhere in his personal form. But so there are different outlooks. One of them is to see everywhere women, another is to see opportunity to earn money. And when I was a young man, very young man, I came across the statement of one Christian preacher, Gilarama Savonarola. He was from Italy, and I was very impressed by his statement that everybody of us should have special spectacles through which we should see the world around us. What kind of spectacles is it? We should see the world through the prism of death. What if we die tomorrow or today? What will be valuable for us? And if we see to other people through that prism, we will forget all the bad things they did to us, etc. It's very good advice, actually. But always remember, what will happen if I die today? What will be my values? What will I do? Where will I go? This is an approach, we can say, of jnanis. A practical approach for the devotees is given by Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, who says we should see the whole world as an opportunity to serve Krishna. So, for a pure devotee, he sees everywhere Krishna. Sthavara jangama deki, nadeki taramurti, sarvatra hoy nija, ishtadeva spurti. Everywhere the pure devotee sees his beloved Lord in his preferable form. But for us who are practicing devotees, it's practical to see the opportunity to serve Krishna. What can be utilized in the Lord's service in the mood of yukta vairagya. But I want to also share one specific mood was taught to us by Srila Prabhupada through his beloved disciple Brahmananda Swami. It's very, very instructive. This is actually high level. It's on the level of seeing Krishna everywhere, but why it's on the level of seeing Krishna everywhere? But because if we have such an approach, very quickly we will see Krishna face to face. No doubt about it. So, now I need to tell a story about Srila Prabhupada and Brahmananda Swami. Brahmananda Swami said, I always wanted to be Srila Prabhupada's yes man. Yes man. Whatever Srila Prabhupada says, I will say yes. And once, one person, he challenged Srila Prabhupada. Why you have come here to India to preach? Everybody here, many people here are Krishna Bhaktas. So not a big deal to preach in India. You know, people are naturally inclined in India to be Krishna conscious. Better to go to Pakistan and preach there to the Muslims. And during that time, Srila Prabhupada probably he did not know that war is going on or war is about to start in Pakistan. So he agreed, he accepted that challenge, and he ordered his disciples, two of his brothers, Gargamuni Swami at the time, and Brahmananda Swami to go to Pakistan. During that time, there were two Pakistans, East Pakistan, who is now Bangladesh, and he sent Gargamuni Swami there, and Brahmananda Swami went to West Pakistan. And Gargamuni Swami, he had some little success in his Bangladesh, although after a few days he had to go back because war started. But Brahmananda Swami, he came actually to the war zone, and he was about to be killed. Only by Krishna's arrangement he survived. And actually some Indian newspaper wrote that 4 Hare Krishnas, 4 Western Hare Krishnas were killed in Pakistan. And Srila Prabhupada, he got news about that. He was very disturbed. He became very anxious about his disciples. Brahmananda Swami could not do anything there in Pakistan, but somehow he survived. And he came back to the Bombay. Srila Prabhupada during that time was in Bombay. And Srila Prabhupada, normally, he was not very, very familiar with, he did not show familiarity with his disciples. He was very cordial in the dealings with his disciples. But when Brahmananda Swami came in the room with Srila Prabhupada raised up and he jumped, he started running towards Brahmananda Swami, and he embraced Brahmananda Swami. So Brahmananda Swami was one of the rare persons whom Srila Prabhupada embraced. And like a lost child, he treated him. He was very happy that Brahmananda Swami came back, because it's so dangerous situation he came back from. But after a couple of days, Brahmananda Swami started thinking, so what will be my next challenge? What will I do? And he came to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada called him, and this is from the book Swamiji by Brahmananda Swami. Prabhupada began by telling him that he was pleased that he had gone to Pakistan simply on my order, being a yes man of Srila Prabhupada. But after the initial praise, several difficult questions made Brahmananda realize his own limitations as a disciple. "How many books did you distribute while you were there?" He answered, "I didn't have any." Prabhupada nodded his head. Then came another, "How many Back to Godhead subscriptions did you enroll? Because we can mail copies from Bombay to Karachi." Brahmananda looked to the ground. "None, Srila Prabhupada." Hearing this, Prabhupada made it clear that his mission to Pakistan was a failure. Brahmananda remembers an analogy Prabhupada expressed at that time, highlighting the idea that his young disciple should have been successful, even though the circumstances were difficult. When Prabhupada was saying, "I failed in Pakistan," recalls Brahmananda, he used the example of the commodity trader who makes profit despite fluctuations in prices. When prices are low, he buys, and when prices are high, he sells. In both scenarios, he makes profit, either buying or selling. So no matter what the social conditions are, the devotee can spread Krishna consciousness if he is expert. And Srila Prabhupada is a prime example. So that was the mood of Srila Prabhupada. Of course, Ramananda Swami was a surrendered disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he was able to make miracles. And the next day, or even this moment, Srila Prabhupada sent him to Africa. And from Africa, Srila Prabhupada, Brahmananda Swami sent many letters to Srila Prabhupada. I read now the Transcendental Diary, Volume 2, and in that volume we can see how each time Brahmananda Swami sends letters from Africa saying that situation here is very bad, local people have stolen our possessions, we don't have very bad reputation we got, so we are struggling, no success at all. And each time he used to send this kind of letters. But Srila Prabhupada encouraged him to continue. And final instructions to Brahmananda Swami was to go deep in Africa. So Brahmananda Swami was a glorious disciple of Srila Prabhupada. He was Srila Prabhupada's yes man, and through him Srila Prabhupada revealed to us that a devotee should always think how to spread Krishna consciousness in any conditions. Because even when Srila Prabhupada first met Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Prabhupada said that India first have to be independent, only then we can preach. But Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur refused this idea. So Srila Prabhupada fully imbibed this mood of Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur, and he transferred this mood to his disciples. No matter what the external conditions are, a devotee can always preach Krishna consciousness because he is under the protection of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That is his mission, to preach Krishna consciousness. So a devotee can do like this. And these are the example of disciples who are yes men. So in the same way, we should strive to be yes men of our spiritual master. It's not so easy, because to be a yes man means to accept any instructions given by spiritual master. Those instructions can be very difficult. And I remember now Krishna consciousness is spread throughout Russia and similar neighboring countries. It was possible by the mercy of several devotees, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and one of them is Mandakini Devi Mataji. She said, "I always wanted to get some special instruction, some special mission from Srila Prabhupada." And she was prepared to say yes to any instruction given by her guru. And Srila Prabhupada in 1971, during 5 days, he was preaching in Moscow. Then he came back, and he went to Paris, then London, and Mandakini Devi, she is from France, but she joined Krishna consciousness in London. So when Srila Prabhupada came to London, he was thinking, because Ananta Shanti Prabhu, the first disciples, he asked Srila Prabhupada, "Can you give me some support I need some support to preach, because it's very difficult. It was impossible to send literature, Krishna consciousness literature to the USSR. How to do it? Maybe he proposed, if you can arrange for me a wife who can come from the West and bring with her some books, some preaching materials, etc., who share her experience, I will be able to do something here in Russia. So Srila Prabhupada was thinking, whom can I send? And he decided to approach Mandakini Devi, and her desire became fulfilled. Srila Prabhupada asked her, can you do one thing for me? And immediately he agreed, yes, Srila Prabhupada, yes, I am ready. Can you just go to Moscow and marry one of my disciples there? And she was prepared. She automatically said yes, but then she realized what she is supposed to do. And she came there. She was unable to get a long visa, only for 1 or 2 weeks like that. Several times she traveled there, and after some time she stopped because she was unable to get new visa. Yeah, she got married, but she brought some literature and she started to preach to the Russian people. And she made very big service. She did very big service in Russia. Even up to this day, she goes to Russia and police, they arrest her, even today, arrest her because she is preaching. Nowadays, this is going on again, but it's not so easy for Srila Prabhupada's disciples to go to Russia nowadays, but still some of them go, and she goes and she's been arrested. This is a consequence of just one word, yes, say to Srila Prabhupada. And of course, if you look at her, she's very happy. She's always very happy being in Krishna consciousness. This is a result of the mercy she was able to get by Srila Prabhupada. So this is a good example for us how to achieve success in Krishna consciousness. Nowadays there are many seminars how to achieve success in life, but the real success in life will follow when we become a yes man of our spiritual master, when we will be able to predict his desire, or at least there are 4 categories of disciples given in Srimad Bhagavatam. I can't hear.
Uttamaścintita kuryat praktakare cha madhyama.
Yeah.
Adama.
Praktakare to madhyamaha.
Adama ashaddaya kuryat. Akarta utshiritam.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The worst disciple is like the urine, useless. Spiritual master says to him, do this, and he didn't. He does not do. This is the lowest category of the disciple. The second category, Guru says, disciple, okay, not willingly, somehow he does. The second level of disciple, Guru says, disciple does. But the Uttamaścintitam kuryat praktakare to madhyamaha adhamo shridaya kuryat akarta charitam piduhu. And the first category of the disciples, even before Guru says, disciple can predict the desire of my spiritual master. And this is the secret of success. In Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada in his purpose, in 4 times, in 4 places, Srila Prabhupada says, this is the secret of spiritual life. In 4 places. One of them is introduction, and second is in the purport of the verse 4.34, and 2 other examples you can find yourselves. And in the purport to the verse Tadvidhi pranipatena, Srila Prabhupada states that to satisfy one's spiritual master is a secret of success in life. So we can remember this advice given by Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada states here in the purport that many people are diseased by skin disease, afflicted by skin disease, So according to the mood of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is able to empower anyone. And it is a mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if we, followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, help him, Lord Chaitanya, to fulfill his mission, he will be very grateful to us. And we will be blessed by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. I will stop here. I think we have about 5 minutes. Yes. Prabhu is raising his hand.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you very much for
Hare Krishna.
elaborating on this subject. Since you mentioned about Brahmananda, the time when he was in Pakistan, there was fight, right? And Prabhupada sent him 2 letters, but did not receive the letter. Right? And then later on, because when he was a bit, had some difficulties there, then he came back in India. Then Prabhupada asked him, what's the next trip? And you mentioned about Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So then Prabhupada decided, okay, let's go to Africa. Right? But how to get Africa? So Prabhupada was looking into the map. Which place is easy to reach? The Africans, you know, there were only Africans. Then Mauritius came into the scene. So Prabhupada, what was this island? Because the island, we heard that there's lots of Indian over there. So Prabhupada, that's good. So let's go to Mauritius. That's the time when Brahmananda, Prabhupada, got Pushta Krishna, Chen Swami, they came to Mauritius.
Mm-hmm.
So that was 1975. Because there were lots of Indian over there, then Prabhupada said, oh, this is a very good island, lots of Indian, that's in English and Hindi. So Prabhupada liked and Brahmananda liked the place very much. It's a tropical country. I don't know if some of you have been to Mauritius. I'm from Mauritius. So that's, so this year we're celebrating 50 years of Srila Prabhupada in Mauritius. Prabhupada came in 1975. So on that occasion, because since you mentioned about Africa and Mauritius, and this part, Prabhupada liked this route. India, Africa, then Europe. You know, so Prabhupada was traveling several times, especially South Africa. Because South Africa had many people who were interested about buying books, and Mauritius as well. So books Prabhupada liked, as long as the book distribution, so South Africa was developing very much to books, because Prabhupada liked this place very much, rūpam. So that's why, since you mentioned about that, I wanted to share that. And Brahmananda was to distribute books, every day was going out to distribute books within Mauritius. Something like that. Since you mentioned about that, I wanted to share something.
Ja.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dhanyavad Pranam. Prabhuji, as you were mentioning about His Holiness Brahmanand Swami Maharaj, in his case, service authority and spiritual master were Srila Prabhupada. But in our case, spiritual master is different and service authority is different. So how much surrender to each of them is practical for us? Because sometimes service authority says something which is not very practical for us, but then order of spiritual master we need to execute for our spiritual life.
Mm-hmm. The best situation, if we discuss with our spiritual master the place of our service, so he can authorize and he can say, okay, you're here serving in Mayapur in that particular department, just do this service as best as you can. This is an ideal situation. In such a case, we can report to our spiritual master, so Guru Maharaj, I was asked to do this and this by my authorities. It's not according to your instructions, maybe. So what would you suggest to do? And he may say, okay, this you can tolerate, this you cannot tolerate, and it's better also always to be in touch with spiritual master, or in his representative also. If spiritual master is not available to us, we can accept somebody who will be a representative of spiritual master. It's best to ask spiritual master, Guru Maharaj, I have one close shiksha, guru, to me, can I accept his instructions as good as yourself, because can he guide me? And in this way you will be authorized by spiritual master. These are some suggestions that can be made. But of course, we are disciples we are not disciples of ISKCON, we are disciples of our spiritual master, who is representative of Srila Prabhupada. I mean, these relationships are personal. So, better to consult, or if we need to say something to our authority, better to do it in a peaceful mood without challenging, just very humbly. And in my experience, if we approach very humbly our authoritative, oh Prabhuji, you ordered me to do this, but I want to reveal my heart, my spiritual master doesn't accept this, so please understand me, and maybe you can adjust something, maybe you can give me another service, or let me serve, so I cannot break the instruction of spiritual master, please help me. So if we approach in this way, so it may be accepted, it's more likely to be accepted. And dealing with senior devotees, it's better to interact with them by questions or asking their help. So Prabhuji, I need your help, please kindly help me. I understand that you are very sincerely serving here, and I am serving under your guidance, I accept that, but I have this problem, please help me to solve it. I think the right attitude is 50% of the solution in many cases. Okay, it seems we should stop here. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Grantaraja Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.